Perfect, man. So we are on our way to the Artistry. The Artistry is actually one of Johannesburg's brand new comedy clubs, or a room rather, that's working in becoming a comedy club. So tonight I am doing a little bit of a collaboration with Goliath and Goliath. They are obviously one of the biggest comedy bodies in Johannesburg in terms of booking comedians, arranging events, just as a brand. I'll be working with Goliath and Goliath, and the venue is called the Artistry. This is a hotel, restaurant type situation that's co-owned or something of the sort by Jay Something, the guy from the Casa. So tonight is really a combo show between Artistry, Goliath, and of course myself. Doing a one-person show, and the name of the show is Live and Recorded. The idea of the show is to record content, and footage for YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. You know, we live in a new era in 2023 where social media is an important part of comedy and of a comedian's career. So I've termed this new thing called giveaway shows. You know, as comedians we do giveaway shows that will get views online, that will get you some exposure, so that whoever watches it will hopefully book me for corporate events, television, so forth and the others. So that's what we're doing here tonight.
Turn right.
I'm giving these guys an awesome show, and we hope to record some awesome footage. Actually, there's one lady who bought tickets and she doesn't know whose show it is. Like, she asked me, which one of you guys is the comedian? Then I'm like, the one on the poster. She's like, yeah, I know, but I just don't know what he really looks like in real life. So there's some people who bought tickets who don't even know me, which is always nice.
Yes sir, first time peeps.
They're always in for a surprise. You know, normally when I perform to people who've never seen me before, they're always like, how long have you been doing comedy for? Oh man, you're so amazing. And I'm like, 10 years.
Shit.
You can do comedy for 10 years and people can still not know who the hell you are. So you just have to keep going and keep going and keep going. You see, when they talk about backstage, they like to overhype backstage a lot, but this is it, guys. Backstage needs a mirror so I can reflect upon myself. Backstage needs a small space.
Yes, sir.
A small space. And in there is a toilet or two, you know, private facilities. But this is it. No champagne, no bottles, no girls, no nothing. Just a comedian, one man by himself, quiet space to prepare, and audience meeting.
Sorry. We're gonna have fun. Marco, we're gonna get you to start the round of applause first, and then we're gonna take it around the room, and then we're gonna bring Prins on because hopefully he's here. If he's here, we'll find out. When I bring him on, if he doesn't come, then he's not here. And then I'll just come back. And
About to do this.
But it'll be okay. We're gonna do this.
You're recording?
Marco, let's get it going.
No way.
Yes.
Time.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to stage the amazing, the unbelievable, all the way from somewhere in the Eastern Cape, it's
Yeah, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, this is beautiful, unsuspecting. Is the light super bright for you guys? Or are you comfortable like that? Because I can see everyone perfectly clear, which is beautiful. Give yourselves a round of applause for coming out. This is so nice. This is dope. This is very interesting. Can I just see, just by like show of hands or round of applause, if you know me, you've seen me before, you're like, yes, I'm buying myself tickets because I have to see Prins, because Prins is so hilarious, I have to see him again. If that is you, make some noise, yay! Yeah, it's very few. It's very few. And like everyone else, like who came out and you were like, you know what, tonight we're rolling a dice. I mean, it might land on a 6, it might land on 0. I don't know what game we're playing. But if that's you, make some noise, yay! Damn, guys, that's beautiful. Like, what kind of people are you that can still take a risk like this in this economy? Like, this economy is, I was worried, I won't lie. Like, because I'm not Trevor Noah, you know, so I was a bit worried. I was like, yeah, but the way things are going in this country, who still has money to buy tickets? Turns out half of the venue. All those other spots you see empty are the people I'm talking about right now. They're like, Ash, how much do I like Prince? Like, this is dope, man. Dope. As South Africa, I feel like it No man, let me not tell lies up here. I was like, it's a decent year. I think it was a tough year as a South African, would you admit? Nah, I don't want to like bring horror stories to a comedy show, but just switching on the TV is a nightmare. Switch on the TV and like potholes. I'm like, yeah, I experienced that myself. Robots not working. I'm like, yeah, that's me for sure. That is me. The traffic department are corrupt and still. I'm like, okay, I mean, that's every day. Everything, guys, I'm a colored guy, for the white people who didn't know. Yeah? Because we can be anything. I mean, I could be from Brazil, you don't know. Like, I feel like our whaleless colored is possibly from Brazil. That's our whaleless colored. He must be from Argentina or something. I watched the Soccer World Cup. I'm like, why do I feel like we know each other? Gabriel Jesus. Doesn't Gabriel Jesus, doesn't he look like he could say wash? But that's me. But even like as a colored guy, we've got a lot of stereotypes around us, like, oh, colored guys, they like cars, they like speakers, and guys, this economy and the current state of affairs in South Africa has made me like way more responsible than I stereotypically should be. Like recently I had a little bit of money, so I decided to invest in myself and buy something for myself. Now, normally when a colored guy says that, it means he's gonna buy himself a new VW Golf. Sometimes it means he might just buy a new sound for the car. It could be rims. It could be a pit bull. I might buy myself a pit bull. That's an award too. It's a prize for hard work. Like I got a pit bull, you see me? No, guys, you guys know what I bought? I bought myself an inverter. I mean, guys, how responsible can one be? I bought something that's functional for the family. I can trade that in. I'm like, yo, so can I access your Netflix account? Because I've got the inverter now. So when the lights go out, I mean, what's the point? You have an account, but you don't have anything to power the account. I've got an inverter, guys. It's like, you guys like, okay, I was about to say you have no idea, but you probably do have an idea. Like the level of power that inverter button has on it. Even when I take my finger towards that button, I anticipate the effects of what. If you guys ever watch Fast and the Furious, you watch Fast and Furious, when they're racing with the cars, and then the one car's always about to beat the other car, and there's always this one guy who's like, too soon, and then remember that guy? Like that's what I do as well, guys. Normally if I know that the power is going off load shedding, if I know load shedding is at 8 o'clock, normally I'd be nervous. I'm like, oh Lord, please let it be 10 past 8. Please let it be quarter past 8. Please let it be half past 8. Please let it be half. Guys, ever since I bought the inverter, now if the load shedding is at 8 o'clock, I'm like, please let it be half past 7. Please let it be half past 7. I just want to prove myself. It's empowering, guys. You must know, like, when I bought my inverter in, like, now my complex, people in the complex, they've caught on now. So they've also started to buy, like, little things. Because I was the first one. And I made the first investment, guys, I'm buying an inverter. Yo, you know how it was. Like, in my complex, when all the lights go off, then out of nowhere, it's not nice. My neighbors, they looked at me different. Like, they used to greet, hey, Prins. I'm like, hey, what happened now? Like, they don't want to greet me because, like, I've heard rumors that around the complex, they're calling my house the lighthouse. That's what they call it, a lighthouse. So just in case a ship were to ever go off course and were to wander into my neighborhood by mistake, it won't crash into my house because my house is a lighthouse. I'm like, hey buddy, there's rocks over here, my friend. You might not. That's me, a lighthouse. My neighbors hate it, they get mad. Because what I have at my house is I've got, like, you see these bright lights over there? I've got one as well. So what I like to do is to mess with my neighbors. Is whenever load shedding happens, I like to put that light by the window, right? And I switch it on and I make sure it shines out of the window right into the sky. So that everybody, like in an immediate radius, can identify that there is a lighthouse. So my neighbors get mad, like, turn off that light or I'll call the police. I'm like, why would you call the police when I'm already calling Batman? Relax. We are safe tonight. That's nice. Just by show of hands or just a round of applause if you have an inverter, make some noise. Whoop! Don't be shy, guys. This is nice. Like, I know there's some people like, wait, he's about to say solar next. Don't clap yet. Be paid. Anyone in here with some solar, make some noise, yay! Damn. Don't be shy. Anybody on candles? Candles! Lie. Why you lying? You don't have... Why you lying? It's okay. Candles is so 2020. In 2023, guys. The weirdest thing is you can see who has what in their houses. Like you can see the inverter guys, because like, you know, there'll be key lights on in the house. But you can even see people who only have the bulb. You know that load shedding bulb? You can see which houses has the bulb, because that bulb is not throughout the whole house. It's only in key areas of the house. You can see kitchen, toilet, that's it. That's why you're like, okay, one day. You can see a generator house. Wait, no, not see. You can hear a generator. There's a generator house. South Africa puts us through too much, guys. I can tell you from a comedian's perspective, I don't like it when you guys are broke. I don't like it when South Africans are broke. Like, we don't sell tickets to... Guys, comedy can function in any chaotic environment because it's kind of like a solution, you know? Like, there's a war going on and everyone's depressed from the war. We can all decide, you know what I need? I need a comedy show, you know, just to laugh off the stress, you know? Even if you're going through a pandemic, there's diseases going around, somehow you find a need for comedy. Like, you know what? Online comedy shows. Do an online comedy show. But guys, there's no excuse for you to come out if you don't have money. That's like the worst of the worst. I'm like, yeah, and this economy needs to improve. This economy has changed people. Like, it's changed my perspective a lot. It's even changed, like, the job of the average nyaope-boy. The average nyaope-boy. So you know a nyaope-boy? Yes, sir, do you know what a nyaope-boy is? No, you're about to learn tonight. You've seen a nyaope-boy, you just didn't know. So nyaope-boys traditionally are the guys who beg at the robots. Right? We call them nyaope-boys because it's a drug that they consume. It's a drug of their choice. It's not tuk, it's not heroin, it's not mandrax, it's nyaope. So hence the term nyaope-boy. You know what I'm saying? Nyaopes used to be there was a time in South Africa when nyaope-boys could just do nyaope things. You know, stand at the robot and all day they just nyaope around. No, you've seen them all these years, you've been driving past them, they're nyaopeing around. But guys, the situation in South Africa has become so dire that even nyaope-boys have assembled and organized themselves. I don't know when they met up and under which bridge they met up, but they decided and formalized that they would all overnight become official robot operators. That's what nyaope. Now you can go to any dead robot right now, important dead robot, money-making red robot in Johannesburg, and the nyaope-boy will be there on duty. Guys, and doing the job so effectively and so efficiently and so proficiently. Nyaope-boys are great at robot operating. I'd go so far as to say nyaopes are better at robot than the robot is at being a robot. Do you know what I'm saying? Because a nyaope can make human decisions. Like where a robot would normally close, a nyaope can observe that there's still enough time to move and leave it open. A robot will close after 35 seconds. Nyaope is like, no, leave it going for 2 minutes. It's fine, there's no pressure. I'm like, it gets the human element and the AI element is found in one nyaope. It must be years of nyaopeing that is. Look at this nyaope. Stop nyaopeing around. I love nyaope, but nyaope boys are there before outsurance. Outsurance likes to take credit for those things. Like outsurance, we direct the traffic when the lights go. No, you don't, outsurance. When the lights go off, it takes you at least another 30 to 45 minutes to get to the robot. That's why I like nyaope, because nyaope lives at the robot. They are always ready for duty. Always ready for duty. Like 5 minutes before the robots go off, nyaopes are already in position. They're already directing traffic. Like, no, the robots are still on. They're like, yeah, it's fine. We're just warming up. Don't worry. Just want to warm up, get the muscles loose. Yo, guys, being a South African, no, man, it's tougher than ever before. It's tougher than ever before. More people want to leave South Africa now. I've even thought about it. I'm like, I'm sure comedy in Dubai must be amazing. I'm sure as long as I stay away from the Muslim jokes, I'll be fine. I've even thought of, I'm like, Canada, what about Canada? Canada's nice. I would go to Australia, but I haven't forgiven Australia. I'm like, can't go to Australia. Like, you have to think about these things now, guys. I miss the good old days where only white people wanted to leave South Africa. Do you remember that? There was a time where only white people ever spoke about leaving South Africa. Now I listen to my friends and everybody's talking about leaving. The other day I heard a Zimbabwean saying, I'm leaving South Africa. I was like, you too? Is it that bad? Is it that bad? Damn it. Everyone wants to leave, right? You know, that's a terrible one. Like, I'm leaving, I'm going back to Africa. It's like, yo, bro, no one's complaining here. It's tough, man. I want us to pull it together. I want us to pull it. Well, we have to. We have to pull it together. Sometimes I hear like our ministers still talk shit like they don't know what's going on at all. Like the other day, when the war between Russia and Ukraine broke out. I was so nervous when I heard our ministers have the audacity to step forward in boldness and say, and pick sides. I'm like, we're choosing this side against that side. Don't worry, sir, don't worry. It is what it is. And now the worst part is you're sitting middle center like you're on JML. I can't miss you. Yo, Bongani, yo. Oh, you remember? Oh. Come on. There's a whole community I've started on this side. Just with one chair, Melly. Oh, yeah. People who have Amazon Prime don't know nothing about no chair, Melly. It's tough. Then I heard the ministers talking up there and they were getting boldly involved in war talk about if this country goes in this country, we're not choosing your side, we're choosing your side. And I'm at home like, you should choose no side, just keep quiet. Like South Africa, I feel, is in no position to participate in any kind of a war. The last time I saw the South African army lost to this Lesotho army. Guys, how do you lose against the Lesotho army? It's true, like we sent in a crawler's suit. How do you, now you're blaming the terrain. Oh, it's a rough terrain. It's a mountainous terrain. I'm like, oh, bro, what silly excuses. This one, the next story, I'm like slightly proud and slightly disappointed at the same time because it also involves the South African army. Like a few years ago, what happened was in the Cape Flats in Cape Town. Now they've got like a big gangsterism problem, like in Cape. You might not know about this, but it's happening over there. It's like heavy gangsterism. People get killed every single day. And at one point, about 5-6 years ago, the government saw that the situation had gone too far. So what they did is they mobilized a division of the army to go into the Cape Flats to resolve the situation, right? But I thought the army was going to go in, resolve the situation, or at least at best, go in and occupy the territory, you know, for like 6 months to a year to whatever. Guys, if I tell you, the army was out of there in record time. In record time. Those guys went in one day, a few days later, like, yo, cut the project. Cut the project. I don't know, they're shooting us out of drains. Are they gonna shoot you out of a drain? Like, yo, we didn't get the map for this area. We haven't been in this area in years. They done changed the map. The map changed system. I'm sure there's 3 flats over there. There's no longer 3 flats. It's a tunnel. Yeah, they defeated our army terribly. That's when I'm like, no, guys, no. The South African army, we should not talk about war. I feel like if you can't have a stable electricity network, if you can't have a stable railway network, these are war-related activities, people. If you don't have a railway network, don't even talk about war. I took it a step further. I did some research to be like, man, maybe these guys are right. Maybe they can win a war. And then I checked the stats, and I saw that South Africa has 3 submarines. Out of those 3 submarines, only 1 submarine is in working condition. Now, guys, what country are you gonna defend with 1 submarine and 2 play submarines? Those submarines can just show you, I am a submarine. And what else? Well, that's it. we transport vessels in essence. One submarine, guys, you know, like if you had to defend South Africa, I feel like you'd have to defend Durban and at least Cape Town and at least like Bega, at least some GQ Eberha, at least like if you struggle with the Quebec GQ Eberha, at least like defend. Are you gonna defend three with just one submarine traveling up and down the coast like a fucking taxi? That is, and you know the submarine only leaves once it's full. That's how are we defending, guys? No, man. Our country. But there's one thing I know, that if our government ever had to like go into a war, whatever, I think they'll defeat our army easily. But there's one thing I realize that they won't defeat is the South African people themselves, you know? And I'm not just saying that to try and make you guys go, no. I'm saying that because I've seen it myself. South Africans surprise me when it comes to these things. Like I remember, when was it, last year or the year before that, when they had the looting in Durban? Remember the looting in Durban? For the first time ever, I found out that Indian people have guns. I'm like, come on, guys. I didn't see that one coming. And many of them, it's like India with a gun, Indians with guns, Indian with guns. Like, damn, man. Yeah, I was thinking you guys just have masala all these years. And I know it's a silly thing to say, but I didn't expect it. But that's when you find out, like, no, South Africans, the every South Africans, we're actually prepared. No, if another country had to fight us, they'll defeat our army. But now that I know the Indians have guns, I feel better. I feel a bit safer. Like I know the Pakistani guys at the shop, they've got their guns. But now that I know the average Indian family, I'm like, yes, man, keep that secret, but use it when the time comes. I feel safe. Like even Afrikaners, like me, Afrikaans people, now I've got no issue with Afrikaans people. I know if the day ever comes when a war had to break out, you need one or two frikkies in your team. You need one or two frikkies in the... Guys, if you go look back at like during the Anglo-Boer War, like the British army came down to South Africa and they were like the biggest, best army in the whole world. But they struggled to defeat a small group of Spartan Afrikaners. Hier is fucking Sparta, man. Fucking Bloemfontein, let's say. Do you guys know what happened? So the British wrote a report back to the Queen in London to tell about the Boers. But instead of just complaining, they actually also complimented the Boers, right? They said that the Boers were great marksmen, right? And what that meant was the Boers were very accurate when shooting with their gun, even when shooting on the move. Yeah, that's crazy, right? Because for the British to shoot, they had to go aim, lock, fire. Alright, aim, lock, yeah, fire. Whereas Frikky's just on his horse like, Frikky, Frikky. The Boers are shooting at random. And these guys says they were amazing marksmen because their accuracy while on a moving horse, shooting a curvy bullet. Yeah, fatswa yo kudu. They weren't used to that. They were used to the stationary shooting, but the Boers were like, yo, one rapper, one bullet. They said that the Boers were great marksmen, guys. Beautiful. Look at that. Now I know the Indians have guns. I know that the Boers have accuracy. They can do the job with half the bullets necessary. Indians, I'm sure they're shooting through here. I've never seen them in action, so I'm assuming they can't be that good. And what? That's what I know. Zulus. Oh man, come on. You know the Zulus. If you've ever taken a taxi before, you know you don't mess with the Zulus. Zulus are one of the greatest armies in the whole world. I'd like to call them the Black Spartans. Right? Because they also did like a Leonidas type thing. You know, these guys literally took on. You know that saying where they say, don't bring a knife to a gunfight? Tell that to the Zulus. They broke that rule completely. Those guys were there with guns are like, we don't even care. We will run, chiga, and then don't even care. Run, vosho. Yeah. Don't even care. Run, nay. Don't even care. That's the Zulu. That's powerful. The only thing with the Zulus is they're stubborn. Right? So we'd be like, guys, it's 2023. you need a gun or a cannon or a laser. What are you guys still doing with the spear and the shield? They're like, yo, man, they still want to come with the spear and the shield. You're like, yo, bro, choose a cannon, choose something else. Like, no, if it's not a spear, then I'm taking a knopkiri. At least that's what they want. Very old school. Those colored people, you know us, we join. As long as there's an okapi to spare. Like other people, we took Shaka's thing to another level. Like, you know, Shaka had the long spear, and then he said, no, we want the short spear. And the colors were like, no, give us the mini spear. We want that spear that I can throw like this. So I know if we ever had to go to South Africa, if we ever had to go to war in South Africa, I know. No, I know, I rely on the people. I rely on you guys. I rely on the Springboks. Don't you guys think the Springboks should like make a plan to be a political party? Guys, let me tell you, the Springboks is very old, eh? Do you guys know that in World War II, when Adolf Hitler was fighting against the whole world, the South African army was sent up to fight in Egypt, you know, and on all those areas, right? So we sent our army, one of the best armies in the world with the best equipment, all of the above. We went up there to go and fight. And you know what the name of the army was? The Springboks. Guys, how proud are we of the fucking Springboks? These guys have beaten the All Blacks. These guys have beaten France. These guys have beaten Scotland. These guys have even beaten Adolf Hitler himself. Adolf Hitler lost to the Springboks. How's that for your next did you know? Springboks are nice, man. I was proud. Can we give them a round of applause? The Springboks, Springboks were dope, man. I was super proud. You know what I liked the most about the Springbok victory? Is that it was achieved for the second time by a diverse group of South Africans. That is the beautiful. Look, we've won World Cups before, but normally it's like a whole team full of white guys and then 2 colored guys because we're fast. They put us on the wings. They're like, Mana, he saw us power and he saw us fucking chivion. Yes, chivion. That's us. That's why they love us. But like, now, diversity in the team. That's so beautiful. So the Springbok team had white players in the team. There was black players in the team. There was colored players in the team. Like, the World Cup happened during the war between Israel and Palestine, right? And I just felt like, man, I felt bad for those guys that they had to fight a war because the World Cup was so nice. The World Cup was so nice. I'm like, guys, how about a ceasefire? Just watch the semi-final. Do you know what I'm saying? The World Cup was so nice. I'm like, why would you fight during this? It was so nice. All the tension, all the anguish, all of those things, you could have had it on the sports field and not somewhere where you guys are busy crashing down buildings. And I thought maybe it would inspire some of them. You know, it's inspired because the Springboks have a special department called the Bomb Squad. So I thought it would inspire some of them to want to play sport and do better. I wish that same energy from the Springboks could have rubbed over to the Proteas. Do you guys see the Proteas? I tried to support the Proteas, but no, man, the Proteas. I've been trying to think, how can we improve the Proteas? Because you need diversity there as well. Because I saw like the Indian guys in the Proteas. Yeah, they were good. It was like Maharaj, Shamsi. Who's the other one? There's 3 of them, ne? But they were like the key players, and then everyone else was just there like, yeah, us also. Then I started to realize, guys, I don't think the Proteas will ever win a World Cup until we start putting more Indian players in the cricket team, right? Because look at the best cricket players in the world, Indian players. Virat Kohli. Top scorer at the World Cup, Indian guy. Harbhajan Singh, that's an Indian guy. All these other guys, Indian guys. Look at the top 5 players, Indian guy, Australian guy, Indian guy, English guy. Guys, as South Africa, we have a whole Durban full of Indians. This is what upsets me. It's like, why are we losing a World Cup when we've got the resources? We have a whole Durban, we have a whole Lenasia full of Indians. We have a whole Midrand full of Indians. Are you telling me we can't find 1 or 2 of these guys who can bowl a doosra? Do you know what doosra is? It's a different kind of a ball. It's a doosra. They don't bowl that in South Africa because we don't have Indians for doosras. See, a lot of you are looking, you never knew what a doosra was. Because Ellen Donald never bowled a doosra. Sean Pollock never bowled a doosra. Because when South Africans, when we bowl, black, white, colored, when we bowl straight and fast. That's how we bowl. Straight and fast. You know, if you don't bowl fast enough, they say you're a slow bowler. Right? If you don't bowl fast enough, they say you're a medium bowler. But the idea is to bowl straight and fast. I think the idea is that the ball must go past the bat before the bat could even be in place. That's the idea. Before the bat can even be in place, the ball must be past the bat. That's our goal, straight and fast. But that's why I like Indian players, because they don't care about straight and fast. They bowl slow and spicy. That's how they bowl, slow and spicy. Even if your bat is there in time, it doesn't matter. That ball doesn't care about your bat. That ball wants some ping ting a ling a ling, ting ting a ling a ling, a samosa delivery. That's what we need, guys. More Indian. That's why I'll be honest with you guys. I get so upset when I see a group of young Indian guys wasting their talent. I get so upset. I go up to them like, hey, put the habli down, we need you. We need you on the cricket field. I don't care, like I'll catch them in the parking lot. I'm like, get out the GTI, we need you. We need you on the cricket field. I don't care, I catch them in the kitchen. I'm like, put the samosa down. We need you on the cricket field. So encourage them, guys. Come on, man. We can do better as a country. Look at the Springboks diversity. Huh? They've got the white guys there for strength, fucking harde, poes klap, yes, power. Eben Etzebeth, Lotte Jager, Pieter Stef du Tooi. You know, just power. And then, of course, we have colored guys because you never know. That's right. You don't even know. Hey, which way? Can you see that diversity in play? Like there's strength, there's speed, there's agility. When you put South Africans together in that order, you know, there's something positive that can come out of that situation. And I know the Proteas, they must just learn that same formula, diversity. You know, and that is why I know that Bafana, sorry sir, Bafana will never win the World Cup. Bafana, they'll never qualify even for a World Cup until Bafana learns diversity. Right? Because right now, Bafana is a whole lot of black players and then one white guy, the goalkeeper. They give him like special white privileges. Like, hey buddy, you can use your hands. Yeah, pick it up. No, you can pick it up. Don't worry. No, we'll kick, but you pick it up. White guy's upset, like, but now it feels like rugby. You need that diversity, guys. Bafana, no, man. You see what it is with Bafana? Black players are amazing soccer players, honestly speaking, right? Honestly. Black people, there's one thing I'll give you. Creativity in terms of your movements. I've never seen anything like it. Like, I've seen a black baby dance from the age of nothing. Like, honestly, like for nappy, I've seen a baby in a nappy do full TikTok moves. I'm like, when does this baby? It's naturally, like this natural motion, you know. Every December, black people have a brand new dance move. They got these things, they're doing these things, they're doing this thing here. I'm trying, but I don't think I'm quite. They're doing those things. Black people creative. That's one thing I know. From the body, lower body down, creative. Black people, movement, all of those things, creative. And when you watch Bafana, you can truly see the creativity. You know, guys are doing skills. Cho. You know that thing where you're going this way, here, the player's going that way, like, hey. You know that thing, the bill's like, hey. Wipe your head. Like watching Bafana play is so beautiful. Like I can see the beauty of it, but it's just too much creativity. Too much skills. Like guys, if you go to a game between Pirates and Chiefs, né, and you stand outside the stadium listening in, you'd swear the score was 9-7. Because that's all you hearing from the audience. Whoa! Yo! Yeah! Yeah! You walk in, look at the scoreboard. No. People have been celebrating creativity. Every time you do a skill, they're like, yo! You do another skill, like, yo! I'm outside, like, yo, we must sing the goals. I get in there, no. And it's every game, no. Next game, no. Black people, too much creativity. That's why I'm saying in Bafana, there'll be creativity in the midfield. There'll be creativity on defense. There'll be creativity on attack. Nobody's scoring goals. No, that's why I'm saying Bafana needs to be converted into a South African team. Right? Black people, creativity in the midfield, because that's where you unlock the gaps. That's where you create the spaces. From there, black people, involve the other South Africans. Give it to your wings. Learn from rugby. On your wings, you put your colors. Because after you create the gaps in the midfield, you need that speed on the outside, to try and go around the opposition. You need colors for that. If there's one thing, like even if you guys give credit, no other credit to colored people ever, give us this one thing, and that is that we can run. Give us that. Colored people, we can run. Cheston Colby, we can run. Kurtley Arendse, we run. That's what we do. Brian Abana, we run. That's what we do. Wade van Niekerk, we run. That's what we do. Any colored guy in El Dorado Park from the police, we run. That's what we do. We run, and sometimes we even deliver. That's what we do. That's why I'm saying, black people, create, but don't just leave it for yourself. After you've created, after you have the spaces, give it to the colors. Let us take it up the side. Meow. We're down there. We cross it into the box. And then in the box, now we need our striker. South Africa has not had a good striker since Benny McCarthy. Right? We need another good striker. But I feel like it must also be mixed. I feel like it should be an Indian guy. Right? But wait, no, not full Indian, man. Not full, because we don't even know how they shoot, so... We don't want to know how they shoot, you know what I'm saying? Just an Indian guy, like an Indian guy mixed with like a colored, call it a Kalindian. You need like one Kalindian, like a Neymar or something like that. That will be your striker. A guy who knows bicycle kicks and this and that. That's what we need. That's our team. Black players in the midfield, create. Colors on the side, speed. Kalindian in the middle, scissors kick, headers, all those things. And I can see there's a lot of white people in the room looking at me, all disappointed. Like, Prins, what about us? This is another South Africa that doesn't include white people. Let me tell you guys, the past is irreversible. Everybody who's in South Africa now needs to work together for the South Africa of the future. There's no going back now. There's no go back to where you come from. Like, well, let's all leave then. And then Prince, you and the Khoisan, you can have the land, but let's all leave then if you want to leave. You'll see me in a leopard skin real quick, like... Can I have some land? I'm not calling land, it's land. So, whoever's here, we are here. That's why white people, even in Bafana, we need white people. Bafana, I'll put white people on defense. White people on defense. Why? Because white people are disciplined. White people are solid. I've seen rugby. White people will put their bodies on the line. Yeah, sometimes black people will be a little bit shifty, but white people will put their body, bleeding out the eyes, doesn't matter. Put my body on the line for this team. Do you know what I'm saying? And also, soccer has something called a box, right? And there's one thing I know about white people. If you give them a piece of land, and you tell them, white people, for the rest of the African Cup of Nations, there will be no Nigerians in this box. Trust me, for the rest of that tournament, there will be no Nigerians. And white people like, no Nigerians in this box. White people will put up a boom gate, no Nigerians in this box. Where's your access number, buddy? Cool, man. This is nice. This is nice. Thanks for coming out, Evan. I heard thinking Nick already spoke to you. I'm like, oh, there goes your secret. Now, me and Evan used to be at school together. From the Eastern Cape. From the Eastern Cape, yeah. That was cool. So I went to 2 schools. First, I went obviously to can we call it a colored school? I don't want to call it that, but at the time they used to call it that. And then from there, obviously, I went to a Model C school. At the time, you were allowed to say white school. I don't think they've changed, but I'm just telling you the story like in hindsight. You know what I'm saying? So it was nice. It was nice transitioning from the one school to the other school, you know, because you learn new things. I think it's only when you get to like the Model C school that you look back to your old school and you're like, I don't think you guys are doing it right. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I know, like I appreciate you coming from the wood is nice, I get my rules, but I don't think a choir audition is supposed to go like that. Like, you know, like you get to like the white school and like there, the choir audition has a certain etiquette to it. There's a certain way it's done. So, do you guys want to know what choir auditions were like at my school? The old school. Guys, it was ridiculous. So what would happen is, everybody wanted to be in the choir. They bring you into a classroom such as this, right? Everybody in the choir, you come in, you write your name on the list, and you all sit down like this inside the classroom. Then what happens is the choir master comes out, and he continues to write the words of a song on the board, right? And then he teaches you the song, right? All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, chapu chawe pana. I don't know all the songs. I don't know all the words, but like chapu chawe pana is how we might as well end this one. So he'd write all the words on the song and he'll teach everyone the words, right? And then he says, now everybody sing. Then everyone, all things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small. Then what this guy is, he'd walk around the classroom with his ear out. All things bright and sir, out. All creatures great and small. All things wise and ma'am, sir, out. The good Lord made them all. He told the shepherd, ma'am, out with the apricot. Oh, the whole back row, out. He'd be angry too, like he'd tap me like he's disappointed, tapping on the head like, yo, out. But I was smart, right? I really wanted to be in the choir. Because at that point, at that particular school I was, we didn't have many things that were good about the school. But the one thing that was nice was singing in the choir. You know, it gave you like, your parents could be proud of you. Like, my son sings in the choir. So I really wanted to be in the choir. The only problem is I couldn't sing at all. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching this guy go around the room, listening to people, like coming intimidatingly. You out, it's intimidating. I can see people getting shy while singing, oh, preach, out. So, but then I started to figure him out. I watched him for a little while and I figured him out. I'm like, you know what? This guy is not listening to hear who can sing, right? This guy is only listening for imperfections. So I figured, if I don't sing at all, if I don't sing at all, guys, it was so confusing. Like the dude was like, all creatures great and small, and he'd be coming around, all things one. Do you mind if I lock the vagina? And I can see him, he's confused because he keeps coming back like, he's like, no, all things want to. Couldn't, guys, if I can tell you that I made it into the choir. I made it into the choir. My choir did 3 choir performances. My choir won a choir competition, and throughout all of this, I didn't sing once. Not once. I figured that whatever got me here is what's going to keep me here. So at all our choir performances, this was me. I'm the original lip sync. I was the original lip syncer. Made it into that. After that, I moved. I went to me and Evan's school. It's our school now. You know, the interesting thing about going to another school is like, our wood schools didn't have things like galas, right? So this is the first time you learned about a gala. So do you know what a gala is? It's the swimming one. Yes, I didn't know that. It was like, guys, we're having a gala. I had to go to my dictionary. Gala. What is a gala? Oh, the first time I went to a gala. You know, and my school, we didn't have swimming pool. Like, there was no swimming pools. The only thing we had is you could like sneak out of your house without your parents knowing, and you can go swim in the river, right? Alternative, you can go swim in the dam. Those were our two things, river and dam, right? Now, when you swim in a river and when you swim in a dam, the swimming strokes you use there is not the swimming strokes that they have at the gala, right? They have different, like at the gala, there's freestyle, there's breaststroke, there's butterfly, but if you swim at the river, we've got skagamf. Do you guys know skagamf? You know, skagamf is some other wood swimming technique. So it's called skagamf because of the sound the water makes while you swim. You see, it's not a fluent swimming style. It's not like freestyle is nice, butterfly is... This is more aggressive. It's more like you're battling the water for survival. You're fighting with the water to stay on top. Because why they call it skagamf? Because while you're swimming, it goes to-punch. Because it's you flapping yourself so the water goes to-punch. They call it skagamf. Like you'll see the water splashing. The water's hurt that time, bruised marks. It's aggressive stroke. Skagamf was not made for winning races. It was made for survival. It's a survival stroke. It's not who can make it to the other side. It's who can make it to the other side. There was skagamf. If you didn't want to swim, guys, skagamf, the other style you were allowed to swim is something called doggy paddle. You guys know doggy paddle? Now, doggy paddle we learned directly from a dog. Like one day we saw Fluffy, we were like, yo guys, I think Fluffy's onto something. Because doggy paddle, how you swim is, it's all about kicking your back legs, kicking your front legs, and never ever submerging your head in water. Never. Like you could swim doggy paddle from the one side to the river to the other side with your weave perfectly intact. Doggy paddle does not involve any dipping under the water. In fact, the style is here. This is where you swim doggy paddle all the way to the other side. I got to the school. Now you know they have red house, yellow house, blue house, right? And then they ask you what you're gonna swim. All the kids who knew, it was an easy answer for them. Freestyle! They know. You know, the other breaststroke, butterfly stroke. I didn't choose any of them. I'm waiting for doggy paddle. The problem is everybody who didn't choose or volunteer themselves for a stroke were automatically put into backstroke. Right? Now guys, let me tell you, I have no business. I have no business in the backstroke department. Like I knew that it was going to be terrible from the beginning of the race. Because when they started the race, I was the only one who was like this. Everyone else were here. I was like, yo, y'all might want to turn around or I'm winning if y'all don't turn around. No, you must also turn around. Me! Damn, I was like, wait, are we swimming? Are we running? I was so confused. Now the thing is, backstroke for somebody who's not used to it, it's a very difficult stroke. Because first of all, you're going to be on your back. That is not normal at all. Right? Then instead of the front, okay, I'm like, it's going to be the backwards one. Okay, I can just reverse these two. But the thing that they never prepared me for is with backstroke, your face faces up into the sky. So any skagamf kind of chaos, like it's you defeating yourself, because then water's going to splash and then it's going to... they go limitless. Guys, I'll never forget this. At the time, I was still very like churchly because my parents were very churchly, you know. So I used to prepare myself. I used to say things like, if God is for us, who shall be against us? No weapon formed against me shall prosper. No obstacle in my way will go unovercome. This is me. I am more than a conqueror. This is me. I'm in lane 6. I'm like, today I'm winning. The white kids and the Asian kids are there. I'm like, today's colored day. I'm about to do reverse doggy paddle on this one. Yeah, they were like, on your box, get set, and they shot that thing. Yeah, and I went, I was very aggressive. I thought the quicker you can flap, the faster. The quicker you can do this rotation, the quicker. I'm swimming. So now while I'm swimming though, the problem is that as I'm swimming, my eyes are closed because the water's splashing. So I'm having faith in the Almighty. Like, this is awesome. But while I'm swimming, every time I swim, I feel something tapping against my body. Something step out without even looking or considering. I will overcome this obstacle. So whatever it is, I make sure that I flip and overcome this obstacle. And then I'm swimming. As I'm swimming, I feel the obstacle again. I'm like, not today, Satan. I'm over this other obstacle. I'm over this other obstacle as well. The obstacle comes for the third time. I'm like, over and over. I can do this all day. I can do this all day. Eventually, I hit the obstacle, and this time, I really can't overcome the obstacle. I run out of energy, and that's when I stop. I took a moment to breathe. And as I'm breathing, I get a tap on the shoulder. I look up, and it's my teacher, and she's like, that's enough, buddy. Come now. That's enough. Come now. I'm like, no, I can still. Like, no, it's over. All the other teachers are there. I can see they sent like, yo, go get your boy. Go get your boy. Hey, buddy, it's enough now. Turns out what had happened was I had started off the race in lane 6. But throughout the race, I had swam over every single lane obstacle possible until I was swimming against the wall in lane 1 where someone else has already swam. By the way, at the end of the race, everyone was on the other side of the pool. I was hardly 10 meters. I seem to have done a U-turn. Damn it, guys. After that, I did the research and I realized that if you swim backstroke, the idea is to identify your point of departure so that while you are swimming, you keep in mind your point of departure because that's going to be the thing that keeps you in line. No one told me this. I was here. I was in the I was water and clouds and the sun. Oh shit, we should have swum at night. At least I can see the Milky Way. I'm like, to the right or to the left. Oh, those were tough. Can I have a sip of water? Give yourselves a round of applause. Sweet, man. Sweet. You guys are a super diverse audience, though. I get the fees. Is everyone from South Africa? Anyone from outside South Africa make some noise? Yay! Dope, sir. Where you from, sir, in the glasses?
I'm from Ireland.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Sorry for your loss, man. These guys were sure they were going to win the World Cup. They were like, oh, yeah. They were like, it's won. It's won. Like, not today, Conor McGregor. Welcome, sir. Welcome. Welcome from Ireland. Anyone from anywhere else?
Kenya.
Damn, this is the diverse. So you're from Kenya? Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Kenya in the house. We've got. I don't have any Kenyan jokes. You all don't play rugby. You play sevens, sir, but you can run. You can run. Like I feel so bad now. Because earlier on I was like, colored people, we run. Colored people, we run. I'm sure you're sitting there like, no, you don't run enough, buddy. No, you don't run enough. You get tired too quick. That's dope. Who else is here? Ireland, Kenya, Zimbabwe. Yeah, man, you furniture. You. Come on, man. Zimbabwe is you furniture. Do you know what I was upset the other day with the Zimbabwean guy? He really upset me. He was a traffic officer and he pulled me over. And he really got me because I was driving without the disc for the car. So he really had me. And I was proud of him for like how strong he was while having me. And I was really like, sir, if there's any, he's like, we're going to have to impound your car. I was like, oh, sir, man, is there nothing we can do? I was so upset when this guy was like, what are you talking about? I was like, not you as well. You've been indoctrinated. I was like, not you. I was like, yo, give me the fine. Give me the fine. Yeah, no, we all take cool drinks. We all take cool drinks in South Africa. That's crazy. Do you guys, sir, do you fight?
No.
When was the last time you threw hands? Never, you don't. You just have intimidation factor. That helps. I don't fight. Like, I know you guys have, I don't fight at all. Once upon a time, I witnessed a fight that would change my life forever. I was in primary school. It was a fight between Tabisa and Lloyd, right? Now Lloyd was like the toughest guy at our school. You know, Lloyd was our school bully, sir. He was our school bully. Lloyd used to love fighting. Lloyd was from like, you know, in a colored area, and like the area is already like kind of poor, middle class, but there's always an area that's a little bit poorer than poor. Do you know what I'm saying? And those ones who are poorer than poor, like they don't really like the other ones. Like they want to fight all the time. Lloyd used to be that guy. He used to come to school and take our lunches. He used to take more lunches than what he needed. I was like, Lloyd, you need 2 lunches. He's sitting there with 8. Just stack them up like Pokemon Tazos. He's like, there's my lunch or my lunch. It was Lloyd. Like, I used to tell my mother to pack 2 lunches. You know, not one for me and one for him, both for him. I used to invest. I'm like, Lloyd, so Thursday I'm cool, right? He's like, yeah, well, you got 2 over here, so you off for Thursday. I was like, yeah, okay, cool, peace for Thursday. So Lloyd used to be that guy. You know, fighting Lloyd was tough because he was a good fighter. But it was also tough because he wasn't the most hygienic person. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not nice to, like, no, this is just the honest truth. Like, Lloyd was not the most hygienic person. Not because he was poor, no. Just because he was not a hygienic. All the other kids from his hood were nice, but Lloyd, well, it was tough to fight Lloyd. Because now when you're done fighting him, you smell like him. That's how people used to know you fought Lloyd. They're like, have you been fighting Lloyd? Like, you need to learn to pack 2 lunches. You can't smell like this. That's the thing. I used to tell guys, like, oh, dude, if you fight Lloyd, you have to have a distance game. Your distance game. Don't let him catch you, because once he has you, you smell like you for 3 days, you know. Your mother shouting, your clothes has not smelled. That was Lloyd. Lloyd used to have this thing where, you know those kids with the snotty nose? But you know, like the kids with that thick, snotty nose. Like, you know those kids with the snotty nose that goes and then they take it back in. And then it goes again and then they take it back in again. I was always surprised at the texture of that spit. It's so strong. Like, how does he get to pull it all the way? Because sometimes he forgets about it. So it goes very close to the ground. And somehow he's still able to perfectly... He was able to perfectly retract it. And sometimes he was good. He was very good. Sometimes he could make it change color. I was like it would be green, but then it come out purple the next. My biggest fear was fighting against Lloyd and him getting on top of me. Because now I'm dodging punches and the odd booby trap. Like I could dodge your punches, but then that booby trap. Lloyd was he was a scary guy to fight. But one day Lloyd made the biggest mistake of his life. Lloyd fought against Tabisa. Now Tabisa was a girl, right? But no girl to be underestimated. Tabisha was a special girl. Oh, she was one of the most athletic girls I've ever seen in my life. You know when Zulu people do that kick? Where you bring your leg up, sir? You know that leg up kick? That's incredible, man. Because Zulu people can lift the leg all the way perpendicular, 180 degrees. Have you seen that? Like 180 degrees. Look at my leg. This is what angle is this? 43. What angle is that? Like Zulu people can do the whole thing. Now Tabisa could do that thing, but her leg could actually go further back behind. Tabisa was one of those girls that could take both legs and put both legs behind their back. Pussy all exposed. Tabisa used to do that. Tabisa used to, like, we knew Tabisa for high jump and for long jump because she had legs. Long jump, high jump, legs. Tabisa could kick. That's one thing I saw Tabisa kick before. Soccer, she can kick. Anything that's kicking, roundhouse kick, flying kicks. That's what Tabisa could do. And I feel like Lloyd never knew that, right? Lloyd was used to fighting guys. Guys, we all want to fight you. Hey, come on, hey. Lloyd wasn't expecting that. I remember this particular day. We were in the class. I don't know what happened. All I know is the teacher went outside the class. Lloyd felt offended by something Tabisa didn't do. Next thing you know it, Lloyd and Tabisa started going at it. Lloyd ran towards Tabisa. Tabisa started getting into fighting position. She obviously knows Mr. Miyagi. She was like, got into fighting position. Lloyd ran towards Tabisa. I saw Lloyd coming in with a punch. I don't know how Tabisa did it, but she dodged underneath that punch. As Lloyd went over with the punch, you see, he thought he was going to come back with his hand and then throw the other punch. But what Lloyd didn't realize is as his punch missed, Tabisa was already loading a roundhouse kick. Yeah. That loud roundhouse kick came around, she hit Lloyd right in the face. Bah! Before Lloyd knew it, his snot was no longer, it was no longer under his control. That snot came out, and for the first time, I know the impact must have been high because it snapped immediately. It was the first clean break I was like, God damn! That force of that snot just... A piece of spit came out of his mouth too, but the snot traveled faster. I think it had more weight on it or something. It's not like she kicked him, it went right across the whole classroom. The snot and the spit landed on the calendar. All the kids were like, oh my god! June 16th! Traumatizing. God, Lloyd tried to recover. I saw Tambisa step forward and she gave him the hardest slap I've ever heard. Like that slap, but the kick was so amazing that the slap didn't let anything come out. It was clean. She cleaned him. The kick cleaned him out. The slap just came and landed on his ear. Twah! Like Tambisa slapped Lloyd so hard that Lloyd's ears were ringing. Right? Lloyd's ears were ringing so loud that all the kids were like, yeah! Break time! Silly stories. That's dope. Is it going well so far? Yeah. Let me know. I did a show once where it didn't go this well. You guys are a nice audience. I once did a show where I told a bad joke. This guy in the audience got so upset, he jumped up and called me a dick. Like out of nowhere, this guy was like, you a dick. I didn't get upset though, because I knew what he was trying to say is that I'm up and coming. So, I understood what he was. That's cool. Allow me to open up my book. I just don't want to, sometimes I perform, and when I get home, I'm like, damn it, I should have told that other joke. So tonight I was like, you know what, don't do that. I'd rather just write it down. Why are you guys laughing? Do you know when you notice that our country is like needs to improve? Like it's nice to talk about improvement in our country when you are unaffected. Then you're like, yeah, whatever. Like for instance, I have an inverter. So when people complaining about load shedding, like in the one ear, the other ear, because to me it doesn't matter because I've got my inverter. But guys, do you know where I feel that our country is not doing well? Is that recently I had to pay a trip to Home Affairs. That was the toughest one. Like I started to doubt the term system is offline. I was like, what does it even mean? I was like, what is it like? I know I'm not the best at computers, but can I help you? Can I maybe just put the Wi-Fi password? What is it? What does system is off? What does it mean? How is a system off? How? I don't understand. It's right up there with VAT. I don't understand VAT either. But system is offline. I don't get. Like I saw the lady say system is offline with a smile. System is offline. Now I know you lying. You lying. It's not. Guys, have you ever been frustrated? Guys, like I've sat in that queue for like 5 hours and it didn't move. I went there one day, it didn't move. They told me system's offline. I gave up because I quit. I was like, you know what, I'll come back tomorrow. It will be better if I come early in the morning. It's going to be better. Then I got there in the morning and then you see, now it's offline early in the morning. It's like that. I went 3 days in a row, guys. It was very frustrating. So I thought to myself, as a good South African, let me write down a couple of advices. For if you do happen to go to Home Affairs or any government department within the next few months or whatever, let me spare you by sharing the lessons that I've learned so that you don't have to go through the same thing, right? So the first rule, if you're going to Home Affairs, is bring your own pen. Unless you want your pen to be turned into a whole pen. Guys, nobody at Home Affairs has a pen. Nobody. Everyone has documents to fill in. Nobody has a pen. Home Affairs does not have a pen for you. Now, here's the problem. If you dare take out your pen, that pen is a pen. And it always starts small. It's always one guy like, hey, buddy, come. Your pen. Hey, yeah, sure, bro. You give him the pen. You can pen as well. Eventually, there's a guy in the corner chewing your pen's cap. Cap, you're like, yo, man, okay, your pen, it's your pen. All I'm saying is, guys, if you're going to a home affairs, bring your own pen. That's a damn good start. The second one is don't plan anything else for that day. Guys, if you're going to home affairs, don't play this game of like, I'm quickly going to home affairs. Going to no home affairs, nothing. If you're going to home affairs, set your day aside. Pack a tent. Put a flask, put coffee in the flask. Charge your Wi-Fi router. Charge it fully. Bring your family with you. Bring your kids, bring your wife with you, bring the grandmother, bring your camping chairs. Bring a cooler box. And then bring a hubbly. You might need a hubbly. Guys, if you go to home affairs, that's you for the day. Go there at 8 a.m. and expect to leave at 9 p.m. tonight. The third one, wear a mask. Guys, wear a mask. People cough at home affairs. Guys, and it's a queue, so we're coughing from chair to chair. We cough from that chair to that chair. From that chair, I'm coughing on that chair, then I'm coughing on that chair, I'm coughing in that chair. And we don't all have the same cough principles. Like you have COVID principles, so you cough in your thing. You know, other people, they have spray cough. So wear a mask or else you'll be leaving home affairs with a little bit more than a temporary ID. Take a lunch. Okay, I think that one's self-explanatory. And then also, before you leave the house, guys, please pray for peace and pray for patience. This is a spiritual matter. This is deeper than you. This is a spiritual matter. There are things in that queue that will test you. Like in an episode of Squid Games, there's things in that queue that will test you that you cannot be prepared for. So before you leave the house, pray to whatever God you believe in to give you the strength and the endurance. I am more than a conqueror. I feel like home affairs queues can be a challenge on Survivor. Like in Survivor, like, okay, next challenge for immunity, home affairs queue. Who can stand the longest? And they're like, oh, Simon's legs are starting to wobble. Simon getting tired. Sylvia's fainting. This one is also a big one. Resist the urge to commit bodily harm or damage to property. Guys, I was so close in home affairs to be like, why is this fucking thing offline? I break the whole damn thing so nobody's using it. At least if it's broken, we know it's broken. You have to read because you get angry. And then this is a big one for all South Africans, white, black, colored, or Indian. Resist the urge to make it racial. Home affairs will test the urge. Home affairs will test the urge to make it racial. Guys, I've seen it happen. Like we were sitting in a long queue. Then this old white lady walks in. After people have been sitting for 4 hours. And she just wanted to go to the front of the queue just to ask a question. Not to cut the queue, just to ask a question to get some direction. There were people not having it. Oh! So white people get to go to the front of the queue now. We all know there's nothing to do with race. But I mean, it's the lowest hanging fruit. Lowest hanging fruit is... Guys, you know what I realized? Human beings like to discriminate regardless. Right? Human beings, we're other people, right? There's my family and your family, we've othered. Huh? There's Arsenal, there's Chelsea, we've othered. You know, do you want Ronaldo, you like Messi, we've othered. You know, there's people with style, no style, we've othered. There's your area, my area, we've othered. You like gangsters like that, your block, my block, we've othered. Then I realized the reason why racism is so popular is because it's the easiest way to other. Guys, it's literally colors. It's the easiest, black and white. Here to other is very easy. Straight to the point. Doesn't make sense? So I think it's just the easiest way to other. But I think if you had to take race away, we'd find another way. We'd find another way. We're like, I'm German, he's Jewish. Found another way. I'm like, I thought you both white. How did you still find a way? You still found a way to be like, he's French. I'm Ukrainian. You still found a way. So as human beings, besides our country, we as a lot have a long way to go. Nice. I forgot what I was talking about, but it was important. So guys, I think we've done very well. Oh yeah, so that brings to the end of the homo phase list. Remember, it's that situation about race. It's about the government. It's about anything else but resist the temptation, you know, because I hear people in the queue, and it's not just people you think it is. White people, it's black people. What are they doing? Your colors, you're really black people again. Yeah. I hear black people, these blacks don't know how to do it. It's everyone's. I'm saying resist that urge. This is an administrative issue. So guys, hopefully the next time you go to home affairs, you have a better chance. Give yourselves a round. Sweet. I think we've made, guys, we spoke about the choir tick. I told you, like I did prepare it, I promise you. It's there. It says Prins live and recorded. Firstly, permission to record. I had to ask you guys that, but I think Nick asked you that. Then swimming, you learned about Skakamf. And then Tabisa versus Lloyd, that's the name of the joke. In case you guys ever wanted to find the joke online, it will be called Tabisa versus Lloyd, right? In the caption you can say snotty guy in case. Then there was an inverter. Let me do this one as well for you guys. This is not even a joke. This is the thing is that South Africans, I do, and everyone else here, of course, I do admire us for our staying power. Like, we do have staying power. You know, we have the ability to continue. And not even to notice how radically things are changing or have changed until you take a moment to stop and think about, geez, things were like this, now it's like this. That's when you're like, damn, we've come along. Do you know what I saw the other day? I was listening to the radio. And this is where I realized that the value of money, even the value of the rand, the value of money in South Africa has gone down, right? There was a time where money could do this, a certain amount of money. Now that same amount of money can't even do half the thing that it used to be. I was listening to the radio the other day, and I don't know if you guys remember back in the day, but whenever they had a competition on radio, they like call the person and like, Samantha, you have won 5,000 rand. And then Samantha said, oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh my God, guys, it's so crazy. Thank you so much. Samantha, what are you going to do with the money? Oh, you know what? My mom's roof actually collapsed, and I was thinking I could rebuild my mom's roof, you know, and just tile it for her and things. Like, you see all these things, guys. The other day I was listening to the radio, and they did the same thing. They're like, Tabiso, you have just won 5,000 rand. And Tabiso was like, thank you. And the radio guy's like, oh, Tabiso, no excitement. It's like, yo, I mean, it's 5,000 rand, guys. Like, this is not a PPPP moment. This is a thank you. There, it's finished. Can I have more? Like, the value of money even in South Africa has gone down dramatically. So this is cool, man. I'm very grateful for you guys for coming out tonight. I don't know how long I've been up here, but probably an hour. I hope you enjoyed. Let me tick finish before we laugh. Okay, 5,000 rand, home affairs, war in South Africa, diversity in sport. No one must pick up a comedian's book by mistake ever and just read war in South Africa. Whose book is this? That's dope. So, one last announcement before I leave. In exactly 1 week's time, I will no longer be a single man roaming the streets of Johannesburg. I will officially be a married man, guys. Thank you. Thank you for clapping. Thank you. I'm happy you guys are clapping because it shows that you guys show appreciation for what it means to be married or marrying in the year 2023. This is the most unsafest time to get married. The more unsafest, like right now the stats of women and male cheating is at an all-time equal. It's never, men used to cheat way more than women, but women have caught up in record time to the point where now it's a risk to get married. You don't know. You can't be getting married in the era of Pepa, no pula, Pepa, this is someone's wife, Pepa. I'm sorry, I don't know the words. It's another thing I was teaching about colored people in South Africa is we are half black, so we enjoy black things, but we don't understand a damn word. Like we sing all the songs, we dance, oh lolly way, aye. Ask us what that song means. Like, I thought it was about a sucker. I thought someone was sucking a sucker, like lolly way. I thought it was right up there with Lil Wayne's Lollipop. They're like, no, lolly way is a train. I'm like, could have fooled me. Lolly way. Bepa. Getting married in this day and age, guys, like this is the last thing that a man can give away really is his freedom, right? That's the last thing a man really has. It is the freedom, guys. I mean, in a world of like 1 million women, like to choose one woman is a pretty brave thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Because in essence, you are saying, I will never ever again from this day forth look at another woman or feel any type of way about any other. What a brave, this is a brave thing to do. Like now when I look at a woman, I have to look at them with different eyes. I'm like, yo, that woman would be amazing for my son. That's the kind of conversation. Now I have to look at a woman, not for myself, but for somebody else. But I made the decision. And I'm happy I made the decision because me and my fiance, like we took time to get to know each other, you know. We did the whole fighting thing, you know, sir. The whole couples fight, that's what you do. Couples. Any couples in the house make some noise, yay? At the back over there. Yeah, how sad that sounded. She was even scared to wave. He's gonna fight me on my way home again. Couples fight. Yeah, I didn't used to like that. People used to tell me, Prince, don't worry, all couples fight. I'm like, no, man, but I don't like fighting because every time I fight, Prince, don't worry, all couples fight. And I was upset about it because I was like, all couples shouldn't fight. I don't think all couples should fight. I feel like there's a whole world of people out there that you can fight with. A whole world of people that you can safely fight with. But how coincidental is it that the person that you choose to fight with is the person that you chose? Out of everyone, you said, I like that one to fight with. Come here. I don't like that. I say, leave this person alone. Like, I've reached a point now where I don't even think they should call it a life partner. I think they should call it a life opponent. A life opponent. Like the next time you go to the club, don't ask yourself who in this club is hot, who in this club is sexy. Ask yourself who in this club can I defeat in verbal combat for the rest of my life. That's an more important question to ask. Don't ask yourself who in this club is tall, dark and handsome, who in this club has nice long hair. No, ask yourself who in this club looks like they have a weak vocabulary. Ask yourself that. A weak vocabulary and a stutter. Look for someone with a weak vocabulary and a stutter. Because that way you're winning all the arguments. You find that person, you are winning all the arguments. It's just W after W after W, like a website. All couples fight, man. That's what they say. And I did some further investigation. Then I realized who the fighters are in a relationship. It's the woman. Women love to fight. Sir, look at you laughing, you know. In your spirit, you're like, women love to fight. There's something about a woman fight. Okay, of course, women are going to say they don't want to fight. But there's something about a woman fighting that's engaging for her. You know, she feels like, now I'm really in this relationship. Fighting, making angry, not talking to you, not talking. Women love to fight, guys. I overheard 2 women talking recently. I heard the one girl saying to the other girl, she said, you know what? My boyfriend Tato is so boring. Tato is so boring. Every time I fight with him, every time I argue with him, he just apologizes. Tato is so boring. Every time I fight with him, every time I argue with him, he just apologizes. He doesn't give our relationship any of that fire. Doesn't give our relationship any of that ziggy, 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 sa, sa, sa. Doesn't give our relationship that thing, that thing that makes the thing. Tato is so boring. She took it a step further. She said, you know what? Tato is such a square. That's what she said. Tato is such a square. Ma'am, do you know what a square is? A square is someone who's boring. When you are boring, they call you a square. Because I suppose even if you look at a square, it is pretty boring. Like all the sides are the same length of sides. All the angles are the same length of size of angles. Tato is such a square. I heard that. And since that day, I vowed to never be a square. That's why in my relationship, I argue. I'm what they call a triangle. That's what I'm a triangle. My fiance calls me Pythagoras. That's what she calls me Pythagoras because every time she comes with a hypothesis, I come with a hypotenuse every time. Thank you, sir. I like this half of the room. This is a good half of the room. Sorry guys on this side, but I like these guys more. Do you know what I like about that joke? That joke is not the funniest joke ever told. But there's one thing I love about that joke is that whenever I tell it, it immediately divides the room. Naturally, it divides the room into two parts. Clearly, higher grade maths, and I'm assuming standard grade maths. I'm assuming. I don't know you guys, but if I had to assume, I'd be like pure maths, and I'd be like maths lit over here. Yeah, South African maths, and yes, Kenyan maths. Yes. Some Kenyan maths. That joke does that. When I'm like, Pythagoras, everyone here laughs. On this side, Pythagoras, is that a horse? Is Pythagoras the horse? The horse is Pegasus. Hypotenuse is the animal in the water. Hypotenuse is the animal. No, that's a hippopotamus. Is it too late to laugh now? No, it's way too late. That ship has sailed. Women love to fight, and women, the only things I don't mind that you love to fight, I just feel like women also don't know levels when it comes to fighting, sir. You have a lady, Nessa. They don't know levels when it comes to fighting. You'll agree with me. You have to, it's true. Right? Like when the fight is on this level, we fight on this level. Right? Guys, if the fight is on this level, we'll fight on this level. And then guys, if the fight is here, we'll fight here. But women don't care. The fight can be here, or here. They're fighting here. They're here by Ombunye, Peskomunye. They're here by Pezulu. They're here at the top. Every fight. A woman's two favorite words are two very extreme words. Her two favorite words. Listen the next time you argue with your lady. You'll hear these two extreme words. It's a woman's favorite words. Are the words always and never. Just listen to a woman arguing, you will hear always and you will hear never. Those two things. Very extreme. Like a guy will do something once or twice. A woman will say, you always choose your mother over me. Don't do that. A guy will forget to do something once or twice. A woman will say, you never reply to my WhatsApp messages. Meanwhile, there's a whole chat history from before COVID. But I never reply to your WhatsApp messages. That's woman, so extreme, always and never. Woman, I feel like you all need to learn the word sometimes. Women don't know sometimes. I sometimes choose my mother over you, and sometimes Pikachu, I choose you. Sometimes. I love when you guys are done laughing. You're like, I don't know when you'll discuss it before the show, but like after every laugh, you're like, I feel bad for you, woman. I feel bad for you. In terms of getting good men, you know, it's hard. I get that it's hard for women to get a good man. You know, men just aren't taught things like how to keep a good woman. Guys don't know how to keep a good woman. Do you know what men are taught from a very young age, from teenagers? Men are taught how to get a woman. Men know how to get a woman. Men know how to dress to get a woman. Men know what gym exercises to use to get a woman. Men will even go and learn table manners just to get. Guys know and are taught how to get a woman. No one ever teaches men how to keep a woman. Woman, that's why once we have you, we have no idea what to do with you. We don't even know what you eat. We're there feeding you chocolates. Come here, boy, come here. Does she eat chocolates? She doesn't eat chocolates. Okay. We don't even know what you eat, woman. That's why, woman, the moment we have you, we have no idea what to do with you. So we do the only thing we know how to do, in that we get another woman. That's what we do. Now you guys say we're cheating. Now we're cheating. I'm only doing what I'm good at. In essence, we are all a victim of the algorithm. We're a victim of the algorithm. That's what happened to Katlego from Outsurance. He had one woman and then he changed her dating. And he got himself another woman. He's a victim of the algorithm. You guys are awesome. I'm so grateful for you guys for all coming out. For those of you that give us permission to record you, the footage, I'd like to put it out on YouTube. You know, like small clips, so you can watch and be like, oh, I was at that show and that dude was so dope, and you laugh a little bit. For those of you who don't know, because many of you don't, my name is Prins. I'm a stand-up comedian, Mr. Kenya. When you go back home, please, man, tell the people in Kenya, you know what, the South African comedian, let's invite him. Don't worry, I'll jog to Kenya. I'll even run there, brother. Just tell them. In Ireland as well, come on, you know, tell them we're out here. We're going to come to Ireland, do some jokes. Don't worry, 4-leaf clover. Hey. Are you living in South Africa now? You visiting? How long are you visiting? You're leaving tomorrow? Oh shit. Is this your send-off? This is what you're going to be sitting on the plane thinking like, I wonder if Skagam will work. No, it won't. Okay, Pythagoras it is then. Pythagoras. But to everybody else, this is the Artistry. They host comedy shows every single month. And for those of you who really enjoyed my comedy tonight and are interested, I am on YouTube, Prins, Prins on YouTube, or Google Prins Comedian, and all the stuff will come up over there. I hope you guys enjoyed my jokes. If you do like them, find me and you can watch them again online. My name is Prins. Thank you for your time.